Good morning, Central Kansas.
Hey.
So we're sitting in the car, back at it again, looking for a restaurant to go to. The power went out at my house.
Not at my house. Actually, I wouldn't know.
Maybe it did, yeah. It's raining. It's a real moist boy outside, as they say. So how are you doing, Charles?
I'm doing good. My dog threw up the other day,
Aw.
this morning. I heard it. I heard her throw up, but I knew if I acknowledged that I was awake, then I was going to be responsible for cleaning it.
I used to do that all the time. My cat used to throw up like every day, and I would just go up into my room and just wait because I was like, I'm not dealing with that.
I wanted to go to her comfort because I felt bad. It's not my like devil dog. It's like our bigger one, our family dog.
Yeah.
And I felt bad because she's like such a sweet girl, and I don't like seeing her in peril.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I knew my dad would be like, Charles, can you get that? And I didn't want to get it, so
Yeah.
I let her.
My dog had a nightmare a couple nights ago.
That's so sad.
Sometimes she sleeps in my bed with me.
Yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't. It just depends.
Mm-hmm.
She was there though, and she was laying down, and then all her legs started going, and she started like whining, and I just woke her up, and she's like, "What?" Oh, okay.
That's so sad.
It's pretty great. She's great. I like how she does her best, you know?
Right.
She doesn't really know what we want, but god damn it if she's not going to try to figure it out.
The dog who threw up, she's kind of dumb. She threw up because she ate her food too fast.
My cat used to do that all the time when he would run around because he would eat all of his food, sprint around the house, and then vomit, and then he would want more food.
And she eats really fast. What happened was we give them these like large like dental chews, and she like swallowed it whole.
Oh god.
And it like
Jesus
caused her to
Christ.
like have an upset stomach, so she threw it up and then chewed it back up.
No.
She's kind of disgusting.
Dog. Get it together.
But she's dumb, but she's like such a sweetheart. Like
Yeah.
My other dog, she's smart.
Yeah.
And she's smart to the point where she kind of like sees the family dynamic as like, I like to think of this dog and I as equals.
Mm-hmm.
Like we found each other and we hang out. She's gonna move in with me at college and everything. I don't think she sees it that way. I think if anything, she sees it as like, I'm the dog and she is the human. That's like my theory.
That's always a good dynamic to have with your pets, is for them to think they have power over you.
And she does. I do like whatever the fuck she wants, honestly. Like she wants food, that's fine. She wants to sleep in my bed, that's fine. She needs to go out, well, I guess I gotta get up now and let her out. But, she doesn't contribute to the household. She doesn't pay rent.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't even go like halvesies on utilities. Like she
No.
just Jack in the Box.
That's where we're going.
That's
All
where
right.
we're going.
We'll see you guys when we get there.
This Jack
What?
in the Box
It's 1 star.
is 1 star. There are several other options, but none of them go above 2 stars. Oh, never mind. This one got a whopping 3.5, but it's 6.1 miles away.
1 star Jack in the Box. Jesus fucking Christ. I haven't been to a Jack in the Box, I think, in my entire life. I cannot remember the last time I went to a Jack in the Box.
I have been exactly once, and I got the curly fries.
Okay,
And
well,
that's it. So we're going to go give her a shot.
alright, we're gonna meet you guys there. Bye.
I believe this is yours.
Alright, yep.
This is
It
yours.
might be. We're back, by the way.
From
Welcome
Jack in the
back.
Box.
We're Jack in the Box. The Jack in the crack. The Jack is back. Call your dad. Call your mom.
Call the police
Please call police.
and get us some help. Here are your fries.
Okay, so just a little visual storytelling. I just picked up my sandwich. I got the spicy sriracha burger, and burger's a loose term because it is just flat bread.
That's true. That is in fact what that is. Like,
And then I picked it up, and both of the tomatoes fell out. But I didn't even want the tomatoes, so this is actually good for me. And I'm taking this lettuce off because your boy don't fuck with no lettuce. I'm just kidding. It's just because it's really big. Like, it's one of the biggest slices of lettuce I've ever seen in my life.
here are your ketchup packets. Now, this handful of 4 ketchup packets I have in my hand may seem like too much to give you, for that I would have no ketchup for my food.
I want.
But I assure you that there are 4 more ketchup
I
packets.
want no ketchup.
So you're just gonna leave me here with 8 ketchup packets?
Yep.
I guess. Okay. Well, looks like I have dinner for tonight.
So 4 ketchup packets for your food, and 4 just pour it directly onto your body.
Oh, babe,
Uh-huh.
that's perfect. Something exciting for us, not really exciting, but you know, we're doing more with our channel, uploading more. We have our Will It Float series going on. It's a lot of fun. Tim's a great guy. He's great to work with. And I have, you know, like taken it upon myself to work more in uploading both for my personal channel and for this channel. And now I want to read off the list of notes that I woke up with one day of things for this channel.
I think that's the best part about doing drugs.
Is
Like,
like
you can just wake up with ideas that you've written down. Some of them are good. Some of them are something that I'll tell people later. A little story.
a thought piece on how my dog is the owner and I am the dog.
Okay.
Getting super upset that someone doesn't like Slaughterhouse-5. That's a good one. What I think it's like being straight and being friends with a drag queen.
Oh, that's a good one.
A super emotional homage to Che Guevara. To the tune of Mr. Brightside, and he's making a list and he's checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty or nice.
A good one.
And then that gay feeling that you get when you briefly fall in love with someone after 2 seconds for seeing them.
All right.
And so those are my ideas, and that's what's coming. Just a little sneak preview of what's gonna. Where did my straw go? It's right here.
It's in the hole.
So how are you enjoying your quote burger unquote?
It's good. The cheese is like almost cold.
Describe to us what's in the burger.
So it's got what looks to be like a sriracha mayo sauce. Some sort of patty, some bacon, and some white cheese of some sort.
Now what I got was the nuggets. I'm struggling to open this box, first of all. Like, I want you to look at me. I want you to, like...
Wow, they really do. The hinge on the end of the box is just not agreeing at all.
I have to tear it. I got it. Now these nuggets look less like chicken and more like hash browns.
They do.
It looks like I got a bunch of hash brown pieces. And when I say
If I didn't know and you told me that you got hash browns, I would have believed you.
When I say nugget, I do mean nugget, because think of the smallest McDonald's nugget that you have ever received. And like, you know, like there's kind of like little tiny one that they throw in because they don't want to give somebody a whole pack of tiny ones, so they have to add in one for each regular pack. It's like...
And now shrink that by 30%.
And it's like those. That's what I have.
Those are surprisingly small.
But to be fair, they did give me 10.
Mm-hmm.
So...
They actually had to use the manager for that. That's the one that could count.
I got the bang for my buck.
It's not insulting their intelligence. That is, the Jack in the Box crew includes someone who's trying to earn money to get into college, a dog, a 95-year-old man who talks to ghosts,
And my bitch of a grandma.
Charles's bitch of a grandma, and just like a sentient pile of meth. That's actually the employees that are out of Jack in the Box.
I believe the dog is the manager.
Yeah.
I believe he's the one who did the counting.
Yeah, he does.
Are you enjoying your meal? Is my question.
No. I'm not.
What would you rate it?
On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah.
like a 3. It's just... Like, the burger is just not good. Like, I'm trying to get anything out of it, but it's just...
Alright, so
It's just like sitting down and just having a listless, emotionless wank. with no, like, nothing happening, no stimulation, and you just stop. Like, that's what eating this is like.
I'm gonna go in with my chicken nuggets. I'm gonna see if it tastes good.
With nug number 1.
Mhm.
This is primarily an ASMR channel.
This tastes a lot like a hash brown.
Really?
Like there's like vague like chicken to it, but it really does taste like a hash brown. Like I'm not necessarily complaining because my taste buds are like so like sandpaper down that like I don't know what's good and what's bad. So I think I'm the target market for a place like Jack in the Box. But this like it melts in your mouth, not necessarily like in a good way, like oh it just melts in your mouth. Like I didn't expect that, and I'm not like disappointed. I'm not upset about it, but I am like a little surprised and put off by it.
Okay, would you be willing to trade a nug for a bite of this hot mess?
I will give you a nug,
Okay.
but I will not take a bite.
Okay. Because I want to see if this is actually what that's like. Okay, so I'm gonna get some ASMR here. Oh, it really does. It really does melt. That is so.
Right?
Hold on, I'm gonna lick my finger and touch it and see if it just fucking disintegrates. Ew, it does. Oh my! Did they just like mix together glue and sandpaper and then
What is
fry
this?
it?
What? Do they like put potato zest? Is that what the like coating is of this nug?
See, and then you went in with ketchup. I went in completely sauceless.
I'm gonna go in sauceless. I'm gonna
Okay.
see what this experience is like.
Isn't this so much worse?
Yeah,
That's rough.
it's a very different sensation.
You know, something I say a lot is that you can't make a bad piece of fried chicken. I've been proven wrong. You can make a bad piece of fried chicken.
You can sell it with a side of curly fries.
The best part. Because that is true. You cannot fuck up fries. Even Jack in the Box.
They didn't. They didn't fuck up these
Can't
fries.
fuck up fries.
If anything, they improved it because I don't know any other fast food place that sells curly fries.
Arby's does.
But I'm not gonna go to fucking Arby's.
No one-
Think you
yeah.
fucking maniac? What?
No.
No. One thing I want to bring up. No relevance to anything that we're talking about whatsoever. Just something that I like remembered that I experienced was a story that a friend told me about a man that he knows. And I say man in that this person I'm referring to is 18 years old. At the most. He could be 17, about to turn 18. He is
4.
He is a high school senior. And this truck appeared next to me. I didn't notice that it was there. Wow.
Oh fuck, there's like a whole ass moving truck. How's my driving? Fucking good, man. I didn't even notice you coming.
That's incredible. Back to the story. I'm
Oh!
in theater.
Hold on. Just gotta detract you. I thought these were pickles.
Uh-huh.
These are jalapenos.
Oh. That's usually a good sign of a jalapeno when you mistake it for another.
What a
Another
weird choice. And I was taking apart this burg to take those off. So that's not a good sign either.
Now, I'm in theater. And theater kids are like weirdly close with each other. Where like I can sit down in a room of people who I've known for like a couple of months and I can like openly like talk about like my asshole hemorrhoid and everybody would be like, oh yeah, okay. So it's no surprise that this friend of mine was on the topic of masturbation with this 17 to 18-year-old high school senior. And what he discovered is that when this man masturbates, He uses the carpet.
Oh.
like he slides it around on the carpet. Which makes me, like, curious. How did he find this out?
I'm so confused.
Because you think that the natural process is to use your hand. How did you... Why? How? And he lives with his parents. Are there cum stains on the carpet? Are they walking around on his cum?
This is so not what I expected that I don't even know where to start.
It's like a fucking dog. He just slides around on the carpet. And he still does this.
Can you pass me a bag?
This is how he does
throw
it.
away all this shit.
Oh no, this one has my ketchup in it. Here,
That's got ketchup packets 7 through 14.
take the empty bag. Wait, let me throw on these empty ketchup packets.
Fucking drained. Oh, there it goes.
Oh.
Apex Furniture. Is he gonna hit? Okay, he was going really quick. I thought he was gonna hit the side of that building.
Oh, but you should think better of his driving.
Just a quick description of where we are. We are sitting in front of this old, decrepit boat that is attached to a building. We are on land. We are about an hour and a half away from any major body of water.
The closest we have is the fucking Gulf of Mexico, and I use the term water loosely when I refer to the Gulf. At least
At
the
that
part
stage, that's oil
at
with
least the
some
part that
water.
Galveston oversees.
Yeah.
And I have memories of being at this restaurant. Like
I don't.
you know that episode of Black Mirror, the White Bear?
Nope.
Oh, you've never seen Black Mirror?
Nope. And I got jalapeno in my eye.
Okay.
So we're working one eyeball on this. Oh my fucking god, it burns.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead. Just you keep going. I'm gonna
that episode
sort this shit out.
of
Oh, baby.
White Bear,
Go ahead.
where the protagonist of this particular episode is like suffering through amnesia, and she's like getting like those like weird flashes of like vague memories that she's trying to make sense. That's the memory that I have of eating at this restaurant. It's like I am lost in an empty neighborhood, and I am like doing my best to like recollect anything of my previous life, and this like restaurant comes to me and I see it in flashes, like me and my family sitting down eating here, and I can't speak on its quality. I can't, because I don't remember the food, but I do get the feeling that it's like if Red Robin was a seafood restaurant,
Oh man, that's rough.
if that says anything.
White Bear, the Black Mirror episode, not to be confused with Winter Bear, which is when you shave your pubes and then you ejaculate onto them and then leave it there. That's a Winter Bear.
I didn't that's a whole process.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of time.
You do it at a hotel. That's the goal.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought you just did it for fun, like in your house, and I was a little like, oh,
Oh no, that's no. I've never done this.
okay. I mean you in the abstract sense of like one, you know,
Yeah.
like, as if one would,
Yes.
right?
We like to keep this podcast in MLA essay format, so never use you. Always refer to it as one. Make sure you got a bibliography at the end.
I gotta say, that essay format scarred me to the point where like I am unsure if I'm allowed to put you in any writing that I do.
That essay format is what almost ruined me as a writer.
Like,
Because I really like writing, and that almost ruined it for me because of how constricting and terrible it is.
I was typing a script for a video essay that I'm working on, link in bio for my channel, by
Yeah.
the way. I was typing a script for a video essay that I was working on, and I wanted to use you, and like, I was like, no, I can't do that. But then I was like, no, I can.
I'm a grown-ass man, I can do whatever I want.
This is my work. I'm putting this out there. Nobody's in charge of it. So I did. Why are you parking right next to us? I don't want to look at them.
Don't make eye contact. Okay, this is really...
don't leave your
There's so
car.
many other parking spaces, like, are the doors locked? Okay, good. Keep it that way.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, this is
What I
fucking
find
spooky.
interesting about these chicken nuggets is that, much like the,
They all have this patch of uncooked breading just on the bottom in the same spot too. I've been
much
noticing
like,
this.
much like the man who rubs himself raw on the carpet,
Ah,
there's a bit of a
I
skin
hate it.
on
I
this
hate it.
chicken.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much.
I don't have a penis.
Citation needed.
I don't have a penis. I'm pretty sure I don't. I do have like a little noodle that kind of hangs there. Speaking, of course, about the clitoris, but mine is larger than the average clitoris. That's not me like bragging about it. Like I know that for a fact. I don't know it for a fact.
It's about a foot and a half.
I don't know how big the average clitoris is, but I know mine is like larger than normal.
1 meter.
I'm trans, by the way. I take testosterone, which is what causes the enlargement of my clitoris. I don't want people thinking that I just have something weird about me. Like, no shame to those of us out there who do have rather large clitorises, and it is just large, no real reason. Clitori?
Okay, hold on. Oh, I don't want to get out my phone and turn on a hotspot to Google that.
Okay.
Never mind.
Anyways, what I'm getting at is like, I can't imagine what it's like to rub your penis onto a carpet because I wouldn't know how that would feel. So what I'm inviting you
Yeah.
to tell me what that would be like.
Okay. Well, I don't really know because I've never done that as an entity. I could guess. It really would depend on how tired you are, because I've found the more tired I am, the more I can do weird shit without feeling shame. So if you're really tired, then I can see the appeal vaguely.
Right.
But that's about it. Like that's where it stops with me. Is like, yeah, that could work, but I wouldn't, because that just seems like a weird thing to do.
I agree. I don't really like it. There is the idea that girls or vagina owners, not to exclude my fellow trans men out there, that vagina owners as children, like just like discovering their bodies and not really understanding, would like do a sort of like grinding dry hump motion on several things, sometimes pillows, sometimes stuffed animals. I use my foot. I don't really want to get into that because the last time I said that I was ridiculed and laughed at. I was 11, keep that in mind. Okay, I was a kid. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But I can't imagine that being necessary for
There are so
penis
many.
child.
There are so many easier ways, because you do have that as a penis owner when you get into your late childhood, where you just, because you're so filled with rage, and you just have no outlet for it, because you can't, like, you haven't reached full sexual maturity yet, so you're just angrily like dry humping anything you can find. This woman is still in her car.
Well, to be fair, we also are still in the car.
Yeah, but we got food. Did she? No, she got
did.
food. Okay,
Leave her alone.
she's
Okay.
eating. That's fine. But why is she next? Does she expect some sort of camaraderie to come out of this? Like,
I think
we're
so.
both in front of the scary boat eating.
I feel a connection to her already.
Should we invite her in?
Oh,
No.
speaking of connections, this is not a story I've told on this podcast. I don't think so. Stop me if I have, but I do believe I have told you this story. I, as a terrible human being, will on occasion come to school high because it's just one of those days where I wake up and it's like, oh man, I'm really not feeling it today, but I know I have to go, because if I were to just like not go every single day that I felt that, I would like be at school 2 times a week.
Yeah.
So I was at school high, and I was going about my day best I could, doing that weird robo walk. It is called in the world of those of us who do dextromorphine, DXM, cough suppressants. where your mind is not necessarily connected to your body, but you know that you have to move. So it's a bit of a struggle. It doesn't hurt. It just takes a lot. And you know, you look weird doing it. If you think you don't look weird walking high, I promise you that you do. So I'm, doing that walk around the school, attending classes. I'm fine. Actually, no. No.
Sounds like something you say mid-intervention.
Okay.
I'm fine, by the way. So...
No, I was actually even more out of it this particular day. Because I was also high the night before that, and then I later got high that afternoon. This isn't something I do often. This was a special occasion. This is my cousin's wedding. This is what I did to prep for that, because I can't stand my family that much. So anyway, that's where I am in the situation that I've put myself in. I'm in my drama class, theater 1. I'm a high school senior in theater 1 because I didn't realize that I enjoy theater until like my junior year. So, that's where I am right now. I'm in this class with mostly seniors who need their fine art credit. Some freshmen who have like the aspiration to act, and then some like sophomore, junior, seniors who are like, oh, this is cool. I think I'll try this out.
And then
Like
Greg.
he sits in the corner and he doesn't talk.
He just goes...
So I'm in this class, and this girl is behind me. She's not normally behind me, but that's not like anything weird. She could sit wherever she wants. I don't care. She's behind me, and she says, "These onions are making me thirsty." And I was perplexed as an individual because I was wondering, like, what are you eating right now that like is like portable with onions?
Onion,
is it just the onion?
Please.
So I turn around to see what she's eating. It was a stalk of celery. There were no onions.
I remember you telling me this.
And so I informed her. I told her, that's celery. And she goes, oh. And I asked, out of genuine curiosity, what is it like to live in your world? And she looks at me and she goes, I'm high. And I'm like, oh, me too.
What a bond.
And from then on, like, I felt like a connection to this girl. I don't remember her name. But she's around, and I'm around, and we exist together. And that's what I feel like life is all about, is making those kind of connections with your fellow man.
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what we're all about here.
Mm-hmm.
We're about a community. That's what this podcast is about.
I think so.
We're an ASMR podcast with a community message.
Yeah. I like that. I like that label that we've given.
How are those nugs? You're like a couple nugs deep now?
Yeah.
Like getting better?
As I've continued to eat these nuggets.
I like how the lid has holes, so if you
yeah.
put sauce in it, it might just fall through. Like,
it has a little bit. But that's okay.
The Jack in the Box is like the least intuitive fast food to
What are
eat.
these holes for? What would I put in this? As I
Small dick?
I suppose. As I've continued on eating these nuggets, I've realized I don't have to finish these.
You don't. Do you want to throw them away?
And I won't finish these, but I will continue to eat the fries.
Do you want to put these in the trash?
I'm going to keep the box because I'm using it for my sauce. But I did throw away the nuggets, and I'm just going to eat these fries because I enjoy these fries.
Get those out of there. You don't need those.
You can't mess up a fry.
You can't.
You just take a potato and you fry it. Like, it is the simplest thing you can do.
Some places will just buy fries and then fry it again. And even that's fine.
That's okay.
Like, that's completely your prerogative, you know?
I will say there are some fries that I like better than others, but overall, there are no bad fries.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a bold statement to make. I feel like that's going to come back to bite me in the ass at some point in my life. I feel like one day I'll eat a fry and I'll be like, ooh.
You're running for president, and they're like, sir, you said that there are, quote, no bad fries. What about the fries that Hitler made? And he'd be like, oh, shit. You got me. All right, let's go. Rank your your top 3 favorite fast food fries. In order of favorite to least favorite.
Five Guys fries.
Okay.
I'm gonna put those at the top.
Here's a hot take about Five Guys.
Go ahead.
Not fast food for me. I don't count it as fast food.
That's fine.
Because for fast food, for me, it's got to have a drive-through, and it's got to make me feel upset.
And it is fast food. Like they
Yeah.
have it pre-made and they warm it up for you.
Yeah.
Five Guys, I believe they, like they not like fresh, but like it's fairly new. Like it's fairly fresh.
Yeah, like they make the stuff there.
Yeah, they make it
They
per
didn't
order.
just get it shipped to them. Okay, what the fuck is this? Oh, it's like a metro, like a bus.
I forget that we have those.
I always do too, because they like don't come down here a lot, and I'm always
No.
like, "Are you lost?"
We live in the suburbs.
Yeah.
If I lived in a city, it would make much more sense. But
Yeah, we're about 45 minutes away from the city.
so five. If you want to call, I'll put Five Guys as an honorable mention, seeing as
Okay.
it's not like necessarily fast food per definition.
Don't make me stop you.
No.
Okay.
You do bring up a good point. I just want everyone to know that, like, out of all fries that I've ever had, Five Guys fries are generally my favorite.
Okay.
So, with that in mind, I believe McDonald's fries, I feel like they're, not necessarily because they're better made than any other fast food fry, but more it's like a childhood nostalgia thing.
Yeah. That's a safe bet. You can never go wrong with a McDonald's fry. You know, you've got a baseline of quality there. And I think it's the mushiness that does it.
I think so.
I think a lot of people don't like that, but I think that's what they secretly like out of them.
I think so. I'm gonna go ahead and put Chick-fil-A under the fast food label.
Oh, no, yeah.
It is a higher quality fast food, but it is still fast food.
It has a drive-through, and I feel vaguely sad when I get there, so it
I'm
works.
gonna put Chick-fil-A next. I do enjoy the waffle fries. I like dipping them in my milkshake. That's a thing that I've done since childhood that I will continue to do.
Yeah, I get it. I've never had a milkshake from Chick-fil-A.
They're good. I enjoy them. I always feel like sick after I have them, not because like it's disgusting, but because like it's very thick ice cream, and I've had so much in a
Would it
large
be,
quantity in a short amount of time.
Just for the court record, is that thick with a CK or with two C's?
With 2 C's and a K at the end.
Two C's and a K. Okay, that's a thick boy.
Much like my dog who swallows the chew whole, I ingest the milkshake at such a rate where I feel a little bit ill
You
afterwards.
just unhinge your jaw and just
I directly pour it in there.
yeah. And it all slides in like one mass just directly down your throat.
Chick-fil-A's at 2. And then I'm gonna put Whataburger at a 3.
Okay.
And for those of y'all who aren't Texan
Go
and
fuck
say
yourself.
things like those of y'all, Whataburger is a fast food.
Fuck yourself.
Whataburger is a fast food chain restaurant that I believe is Texas exclusive. Like,
Yes, it is.
yeah. So
yeah, no fucking Yanks in Whataburger. I have a hot take about Whataburger as well. I don't
ahead.
think it's very good.
I don't either.
A lot of people are like, the Whataburger is like the best in the South. Like, no, it's fucking not. It's like okay at best.
But I believe because it is like such a like staple in every good Texan's life that we are like inclined to like
It combines fast food and tribalism, which is exactly the kind of thing Texans love.
like whatever like
Fast food and an identity.
when you're comparing other like school events, like high school events, like, oh fuck you, our team is the best. But whenever you're like privately one-on-one with another friend, is like, oh no, we kind of suck. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like I will preach Whataburger to anybody who lives up north or east or west of Texas, even south of Texas, even to the Mexicans. I will tell them that I enjoy Whataburger
You'll walk across the border
to an
real quick.
extreme degree. I'll climb up.
The Border Patrol agents will be like, hey, you can't go. Be like, oh, wait, I'll be back in just a second. You go to the first Mexican person you find, you go, hey. They're like, okay? And you're like, Whataburger's the best. And they're like, Pinchiota. And then you just leave.
And I just leave.
Walk out.
So yeah, that's those. What are your rankings on fries?
All right.
I'm actually done with these fries.
So I'm
There's
actually-
too many of them.
They really did pack them in there. So I'm going to rank
Where's your bag?
Chick-fil-A at number 1 for me.
Okay.
I really like the shit that's in them. They're
Yeah.
very crisp. The surface area is a good benefit of it.
Right.
Like, the more surface area the fry has, I think, the more I like it.
Right. I usually eat those fries in like 2 bites rather
Then I'm
than other
actually-
fast food fries where I'll eat in like mostly 1 bite.
I'm actually just gonna make a quick change in my opinion now that I think Jack in the Box is gonna rank up there for me now.
Yeah?
Because I like a good curly
Okay.
fry, and it's got like, it's like surprisingly good. So I'm gonna put it there, and then
that's not a hot take. That's a good one.
and then I'm gonna finish it off. I think with just the classic McDonald's fry. I
Right.
think you go to McDonald's and you get the fries and you know what you're getting. You know, you're not getting anything crazy.
It's reliable.
You're not like getting anything like bad. You're going there. It's like that's like the partner that you keep going back to when you see that referenced in movies and stuff, but I don't think anybody actually does that.
I'm just in an abusive relationship, then perhaps.
Yeah, so I'm in an abusive relationship with McDonald's, I
Yeah,
think.
there we go. I think that's true for all of us. I admire those of us who
McDonald's just negs us to come back.
who left. Speaking, like, I feel like it takes like a great strength to be able to like cut something like McDonald's out of your life. And one person I'm going to credit with this is my good friend Alex Carey, who, upon
Been mentioned on the
suggesting
podcast before.
a couple of times,
We should probably bring him on at some
we
point.
should. I think he would really enjoy it. President of Young Democrats, independent leftist, very far left, communist, some would say, but he doesn't like to label himself. He doesn't like to restrict his beliefs to
But
one
I like to
word.
restrict his beliefs to one word.
That's fair.
Fucking
Communist, then. Proud Arab, proud Palestinian, very Hispanic passing, especially since he's taken to wearing a crucifix necklace. And so whenever I see him, I think of like every like Hispanic fuckboy I've ever met in my church.
See, I can't relate to this because I've literally never been to a church.
That's understandable.
That's a lie. I went once and it was the worst experience of my life. But we'll get into that another day.
Upon asking him, where do you want to eat? One day, after taking the SATs, we took them on the same day, different rooms, but same day. I asked him, where do you want to eat? And as the generous soul that he is, he says, oh, you can pick, just as long as it's cheap. Because, of course, he wants to pay for his own food. He would not, he wouldn't accept that from somebody
It
else.
would be
He
some
doesn't-
kind of fucking roach
He
like
does
me.
not expect you to pay for his food. He has his own money, and if, given the scenario, he needs money, he will not say, I need money. He will just simply announce, oh, I don't have money, and you will offer it, because of course you would. Why would you not offer Alex Carey money?
What a sweet boy.
What an incredible soul. I suggest
Alex, if you're listening, baby,
come back to
come
me.
back.
I suggested McDonald's. Because
She
that's
said,
where
"Fuck
my
you."
shit brain jumps to. Hearing the words cheap and food. That's where my mind goes.
Food's a very generous.
I suggested McDonald's. And
He should just change their slogan. McDonald's, arrive for sustenance.
the kind, sweet, morally good boy said,
Fuck
oh, he didn't say that. He said,
piece of shit.
oh, actually, I don't really eat McDonald's because
Fat fuck.
because
Piece of shit.
I believe that their corporation supports Israel in some manner, probably financially. So, and he's really like passionate about like not giving his money to like any company that like supports Israel whatsoever. The proud Palestinian that he is.
Yeah.
And I felt like such an asshole for suggesting that. Like, even though I knew like I didn't really have any way of knowing if I hadn't like looked it up. And I know he didn't expect me to know, and he wasn't offended, but I was like, God damn it, why'd I say that? Fucking idiot. So,
Stupid. Hitting your head.
so of course we instead went to Burger King.
Which is very decidedly Palestinian.
Absolutely. There's a large Palestinian population at Burger King.
Burger
If
King.
McDonald's is like the alt-right,
Burger King is no man's land.
if McDonald's is the alt-right of fast food, And I'm gonna put Burger King as like the radical centrist.
No,
because
we all know who the alt-right is.
Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. No, I want to say, I know some of you may have been expecting me to say like the radical left, but there is no radical left fast food restaurant because everything that fast food stands for, like any leftist is against. We went to Burger King instead, and I got the nuggets because that's my go-to at any fast food restaurant.
Because in my youth, in my days before I'd been scarred, I thought you can't make a bad chicken nugget. But oh, how I've learned on this journey today.
My virgin hole has been tarnished right back in the box.
That's the episode title.
This Burger King that we went to, I want you to know, was attached to a gas station, which really speaks for any fast food.
If you have a restaurant attached to a gas station, it's either going to be the best restaurant or the worst restaurant.
If it's a chain restaurant,
because the best pizza I've ever had was attached to a gas station.
I'm gonna put in my hot
But
take.
also, the worst food poisoning I've ever gotten has been from a McDonald's attached to a gas station.
Place my hot take. If it's a chain restaurant and it's attached to a gas station, it's shit.
Weakness. That's a sign of weakness.
It's terrible. If it's an independent restaurant and it's attached to a gas station, or if it's an independent like owner-owned food truck, then it's great. It's fucking great. And I want to speak to everybody out there, wanting to know, where can I get good Mexican food?
Gas station.
And if you're down south, it's very crucial that you are down south. If you are up north, do not follow this advice
Go
when
fuck
looking
yourself.
for Mexican
Like, you
food.
just-
If you're
come
up
on.
north and you're looking for good Mexican food,
Then
you're not
the
gonna
wrong-
find
you're
it.
the wrong
You're not
place,
gonna
buddy.
find it. And like, I want everybody to know that you're not gonna find good Mexican food up north. You're going to get like some cheap imitation that some fucking gringo is like, oh, this is good. This tastes good.
Mexican fusion. It's like a pizza that he put fucking ground beef and cayenne
It's got
on.
like jalapenos and like melted cheese. And they're like, it's queso. No, it's not.
It's just a slice of crap.
No, it's not.
He
It
microwaved.
still has the rubbery texture on top when you reheat cheese. If you're looking for good Mexican food and you live down south,
The
but
sketchier.
north of the border, but south of the Canadian border.
I would even say south of the U.S. border.
Well, of course, you
The
could find.
sketchier the location, the better.
That's true. Go to food trucks or gas stations. Any of those shitty, dingy restaurants that you see, and you're like, I could die
And
by
if you aren't
walking in
sure,
there.
if you aren't sure if there's a Mexican restaurant at the gas station, just kick open the door and go, "Hey, you got tacos?" And they'll go, "What the fuck? No, why?" And they like pull out a gun because they like think they're gonna get robbed,
Yeah.
and they're like, and then you're like,
Yeah.
"Okay, bye," and then you leave.
And then you know. Now you know. Some of the best Mexican food I've had have been from food trucks where my like white self has been like a little bit nervous about it, but my Hispanic self was also like, nah, it's probably fine. And it was fine. I want you to know that. It was good.
Yeah, best tacos I've ever had have been from food trucks and gas stations.
And
Breakfast
that's
tacos especially. If you want good breakfast tacos,
Oh,
you go,
absolutely.
like,
That's where I'm going to die. Speaking of good fast food, no. Speaking of good food, there is this one tamale restaurant here that everybody goes to. Like Valderas, everybody goes there. I don't know if it's like, I believe it's like locally owned. They have like 1 or 2 locations here.
yeah.
The service there is god awful. Like the lady who takes your orders just completely shits on you. Like she took the term "customer is always right" and like she shoved it so far up like your asshole that like it's coming out of your mouth. Like the period is like coming out of your mouth. Like it is the worst service. She will like openly insult her
Alright,
customer.
So now for the winning episode title, is it "My hole has been tarnished by Jack in the Box" or "The period is coming out of your mouth"?
And she she completely like you go in and you give her your receipt and you're like, I ordered these, and she says, no you didn't. Like, it's like a struggle to like have her like accept the fact that you ordered her food and you would like to pick it up now, please, because she will like she'll gaslight you and make you think like, maybe I didn't, maybe I've never been here before. But you know why there's always a line coming out of the door? Because it's good. And it's like the only place you can get good tamales down here.
I'm willing to have a Hispanic lady neg me for good tamales.
You go through it. You know that you know that it's bad. My mom makes me go in there with her because she's scared. Like, my mother was like scared of her.
That's when you know you have good food, is when you have fear.
My abuelita, she will not go back. She hates her. But my mom will. And you know what I think is important? The difference between like a Mexican and a white Mexican, and a white person, of course, is like, no, we're gonna leave white people out of this. A Mexican like my abuelita, she will not go back because she's not gonna take that kind of shit. She can find somewhere better.
You make her own damn tamales.
But a white Mexican, like my mother and I, we're like, okay, and we keep going back.
And every time you walk up, you're like, can I get some tamales, please? And they go, no! And they spit on your face.
And I say, I'm sorry.
And I go, okay. That's a good John Mulaney bit.
Oh, I love that. Delta Airlines, Balderas Tamales is the Delta Airlines of tamales.
And I think we can end it on that note.
I think so. I think that's a good place to end it.
So Charles, my idol, my muse.
I don't know about that.
Where can we find your content?
Oh,
with a capital C.
I have my content, first off on my Twitter page, which will be linked down below. I use content in a very loose term there. Sometimes I like shout into the void and my friends will tell me, you're valid. I also do, weekly videos once every Tuesday, and I am in the process of doing more like sophisticated video essays, on vague, like general like politics and philosophy. Philosophy is also a loose term, and it makes me sound super pretentious. But one day, I want people to study my philosophies and their philosophy courses at university. I don't want my birth name attached to it. I don't want my surname attached to it. I want my YouTube handle, Chuckhold, to be attached to it. So when people ask, why Chuckhold? The professor will have to say, well, it's a combination of the name Chuck and the term couple that this fucker thought was funny, and now we have to say it in university. You
can check me out on my Twitter page that's linked. I write articles for a bunch of websites that are also linked. I'll link the rest of Charles' stuff. I don't think you need to describe anymore because I'm kind of afraid, semi-aroused, and we're just gonna end it here.
All right, thanks for listening.
No.
Be kind to your mother.
Fuck you for listening to this. You're an enabler.
Be kind to your
Bye.
mother.